But just 7 days or almost 8 days later, speculations are rife that Sachin Pilot is all set to float his own regional party, which means, will he abandon Congress and form his own party? Well, guess is anybody's right now. But yes, the political pot is boiling because there are speculations that probably some two parties have got registered and even the names have come out. But either of them could belong to Sachin Pilot, but we do not know. The date has also come out saying that probably 11th June could be the date where Sachin Pilot could make the formal announcement. But the big question is that, is he really serious on quitting Congress and floating his own party, or is it just a political posturing? I'm joined by a very special panel. We have with us Sharad Gupta, who's a very senior editor, and Anil Sharma, who's a senior journalist from Rajasthan. Both of you, welcome. And Anil Sharma ji, I'll begin the show with you. How serious is this speculation that Sachin Pilot is all set to float his own party?
You began by rightly saying, I also say it's $1 million question because we don't know is he floating a party or not as of now. Even I try to check up at the place where he's going for his father's death anniversary on 11th of June. There is nothing like, function to be held, chairs to be placed there. There's nothing like a tent or anything so far as we know. And plus what I feel, it seems as of today, it's very speculative, but it seems that he's trying to create a pressure on the Congress High Command to come back to him and offer him something. Now, what is that something? Something, because Pilot is or was, I'll put it both ways, is fighting for the chair of Chief Minister. There is a board which says there is no vacancy on the chair of Chief Minister as of now. And if Congress does this, then it's going to be like Punjab 2 for the Congress. If you remove Chief Minister at the last moment and a Chief Minister who has increased, I'll say the perception in favor of Ashok Gehlot has lately increased. Earlier, we were talking about 20 to 30 seats for the Congress. Now, Congress sees quite comfortable in Rajasthan. I'll not say they are winning or losing, but at least the perception he has been able to change in favor of the Congress, which used to be in favor of BJP. What Sachin Pilot has done in recent past, if you remember, first he launched his Pedal Yatra or Jan Akrosh Yatra, and after that he had this rally in Jaipur. These were only the acts to convey to the Congress High Command that please look towards me, because Congress High Command was not even looking at him. After that, as you said, there was a 4-hour meeting, out of which, according to my sources, Pilot was given a hearing time about half an hour to 1 hour maximum. Otherwise, the meeting was mainly with Ashok Gehlot. Now, where would Pilot fall into it? I don't know as of today, because I'm going through the statements made by some of his supporters who are ministers in Ashok Gehlot government, who a guy called Murari Meena, who is one of the closest to him, and he's a minister in Mr. Gehlot's cabinet, saying that we are not leaving Congress, we are in the Congress, and we'll fight as candidates of the Congress. If it gives it if you consider it as a clue, then that means Sachin Pilot is not going to have a party there in Rajasthan, a new party. But on the contrary, what you said, there are rumors that some of the parties registered, new parties have been registered. That's not one. There are 2 or 3 parties which have come up, the names of the parties which have come up. One of them, if I'm not wrong, is called Pragatashil Congress, which people say belongs to Sachin Pilot. I'm not sure about it, but what I feel as of today, there are speculations, nothing more than that. If I go with this, his supporters' viewpoint, then he's not going to go, out of Congress. He's not forming a government. And I'll add one thing here before I finish my introduction kind of thing, is Sachin Pilot has got the best chance to become chief minister in Congress. If he leaves Congress, he does not have a chance to become a chief minister. If he's vying for chief ministership, only Congress can give him that place, you know.
Okay. Tabina Anjum, senior journalist from Rajasthan, also joins us. Tabina, thank you so much for joining. And I'll come to you and then I'll come to Charanji. What are you picking up from your sources? How far is this true that Sachin Pilot will be floating his own party? Because, the speculations are rife to the extent that people are saying that apparently Prashant Kishore is helping Sachin Pilot to give the final touches to his new party. What are you picking up from your sources?
Yeah, hi Neelu. Hi everyone. I was just listening to what Mr. Anil Sharma was saying, and yeah, I agree with him. Yeah, there's a few new parties have been registered, but that's not a new trend or a first trend. We see just before a few months, run up to the elections, you see, new parties being registered. There is lots of, because people are. There are independent MLAs also who are like eyeing for MLA seat. But what our sources are telling us, like, everybody's just guessing that 11th June is maybe the D-Day. He'll be announcing something, Sachin Pilot. But as of now, whatever we could get, from the close aid MLAs he has, if you see their social media accounts, or if you see what Sachin Pilot is up to, or if you, assess his statements after the truce that happened in Delhi. I mean, he hasn't anywhere hinted that he's going to start.
Would you call what happened in Delhi particularly as a truce? Because the way the
it was an attempt. It was an attempt to truce. If I say it was a second attempt in last 6 months, when Rahul Gandhi's yatra was scheduled to come to Rajasthan, to enter Rajasthan, in a similar fashion. KV Venugopal, that time also he came to Jaipur, and there, there was a united front kind of a photo of what we say. There's so many such truces, quote unquote, happening. But but one thing, after he returned back to Jaipur from Delhi, he went to Tonk straight away next day. And in Tonk, while talking to the reporters, he mentioned that, the corruption charges that he's pressurizing the government to, to investigate corruption charges, they still stand, he still has those demands. So that truce, that meeting with Rahul Gandhi, with Congress High Command, it hasn't really resolved all of that. Because, what are the new roles, responsibilities, that hasn't come into the foray. And also, like what he was demanding, he's been demanding, the truce happened because he had given a 15-day ultimatum kind of a thing. So just before those 15 days got over, so there was a meeting, they were both summoned, both the leaders were summoned, and they, they said that they'll be working jointly. When Ashok Gehlot was asked by media, will you be working together with Sachin Pilot? Like, the High Command just said. So he said, yes, of course, why not? If he works with me, why will I not work with him? So, these were his words in public. But Pilot had just given one statement that, yes, he's still hoping that there is some kind of, investigation, and, the whatever alleged corruption has happened in Vasundhara Raje's tenure, that he's been. So, I mean, he still stick to what he wants. So 11th June, so many people, if you talk to the sources close in Congress, in both these, Pilot group or Gehlot group, everybody is just, there are just 2-3 possibilities. Everybody says either he'll be made, the PCC president, or maybe he'll float a new party. But, all these answers only either, High Command can give us, or Sachin Pilot can, really, reveal, because he has really kept cards very secret to his heart. And whatever we could just sense from his statements, it seems that he's in no mood to leave Congress as of now.
But both you and Anil Sharma are from Rajasthan. Have any of you been able to speak to Sachin Pilot? Is he communicado right now? Is he speaking?
No, we have been able to, I was writing an analytical piece a few days ago, 2-3 days ago. He was in Jabalpur. I had a word with him. So I even spoke about the story that has recently floated that, Prashant Kishore is maybe, his yeah, looking after, his, and he'll be floating a new party. But he rubbished it. He said, no, it's all source-based story, because he said that, nobody has been quoted in the story. It's just, he denied. So he's not incommunicado as of now, but yeah, he preferred not to,
Not to speak on this. Okay, Anil, you wanted to say something on this? Yes?
Sorry,
Huh.
I only wanted to point out something, when Mr. Sukhvinder Singh Randhawa came to Jaipur yesterday, he gave a statement which said, 90% of pilots' demand we have accepted and we are doing it. I don't know what 10% remains and what is 90%. Frankly, I'm not aware. But one thing is there, when ED has entered into the picture, and they are doing this paper leak episode. They are trying to find out the source. And so one of his demand has been met by the center, by Mr. Modi's government. It is there. So two demand remains effective now. One is dissolving or, changing RPSC, which Mr. Pilot should understand that is a constitutional thing. Government of Rajasthan cannot do it. It has to be done by the parliament, RPSC, just like UPSC. The people working there are a constitutional post. How can government of Rajasthan remove them? So that second demand does not make a sense. The third demand on Vasundhara Raje's case, the court had a hearing and the case went up to the Supreme Court where it was stopped. So what is he demanding actually, that I want to understand? It is basically a pressure tactic, and what best Congress High Command can do is form a committee and say, okay, we are looking to the demand. And you know what happens with the committees? Committees, come and sit there and then go up 3 years, 4 years. No one cares about them. So I don't know what his actual demand is, but actual demand, what I feel, he is vying for the chief minister's post, which in this present scenario cannot be offered because elections are only 4 or 5 months away. So how can you do it? If you do it, then Congress will be in the complete soup.
Absolutely.
Something like what happened in Punjab.
Absolutely.
So I don't understand now. ED has taken over the case of paper leak. They are investigating it. So one of the demand has been met by Prime Minister or the Home Minister or the central BJP. So I don't know the two demands. One of the demands can never be done. Yes, he can say that the appointments in RPSC should be made more transparent. Absolutely. That is the way of putting it. But he has put, restructuring or dissolving. This cannot happen. It just cannot happen,
Absolutely. Now let me come to Sharadjit for the larger and the bigger picture, what looks like in Rajasthan. Sharadjit, what do you feel? That is Sachin Pilot still weighing his options as to what the High Command is going to offer? Now, if he's looking at the CM post, obviously he's not going to get it. And Ashok Gehlot, the kind of breach which has happened between Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot, it almost looks unsurmountable. And many say that the relationship between the two, Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot, has almost reached a point of no return. So what is Sachin Pilot really expecting? And doesn't he look like a confused leader just a few months before the elections?
I don't think he's confused at all. And he knows what he wants. And the party high command is also, as Anilji has already disclosed, that party high command has already fulfilled almost 90% of his demands. So there are sometimes you have to do posturing to keep your supporters in good humor. Every time when your supporters, your people who are MLAs, MPs, and who are going to be aspiring for ministership, if you become the CM, कि सर क्या हो रहा है, देखिए कुछ हो नहीं रहा है. You have to do some posturing. Let me tell you one interesting anecdote.
So you're saying that this is purely political posturing?
That's what I feel. Like in 1995, when Mayawati withdrew support from Mulayam Singh Yadav government, and Mulayam Singh Yadav states that now very well-known state guest house incident, where Samajwadi Party workers went and kidnapped BSP MLAs. So when he was asked in private, not in a press conference or somewhere, in private, when he was asked, why did you do this? According to my judgment, the governor would have, in any case, allowed you to go to the floor of the assembly to prove your strength. So you would have got at least some time, a week, maybe 10 days. And in the meantime, you could have mustered your majority or whatever. But why did you do this muscle flexing? And he said, my people, they want me to be strong. So he wanted to show that he's not cowed by all these overtures by Mayawati and he can break anything. And in any case, he was known as a strong man of UP who had a very checkered history. So I won't go into it. Whatever is happening today, whether it is Atiq Ahmed or Mukhtar Ansari or whoever that is, they were all brainchild of Mulayam Singh. But coming to Rajasthan now, so I feel that in any case, Ashok Gehlot is not going to continue as CM anymore, even if Congress wins. So in all likelihood, he is going to make way for Sachin. And Sachin has the biggest plus point with Sachin is that he has age on his side. He's agile, he's sharp thinking, he's quick-witted, and he's somebody who is ready to slog it out. That he has shown 5 years ago also when he was given charge of leading the campaign and he toured entire state and he was to larger extent he was also responsible for Congress victory. So this time also they are together. They have demonstrated. They have already promised that both of them, Gehlot and Pilot, are going to be holding hands. And I think whatever he's doing today is just a muscle flexing or posturing, nothing more.
So, Tabina, if I may come to you again, obviously the power sharing formula could not be worked around in the meeting which happened in Delhi on May 29th at Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. Now, what more is Sachin Pilot really expecting? You guys keep talking to him because you guys are there in Rajasthan. What is he really saying? Now he knows very well that he will not get the CM post just before the election. So what is the kind of post he's looking at? If he looks at the PCC post from which he was removed, is that the post which he's looking at, or is it something else? And how will Ashok Gehlot really let him survive in the party, even if he gets
Yes,
support?
Neera, this is a very relevant question. One thing we really have to understand that Congress could not ignore Sachin Pilot's, Sachin Pilot's Anshan, Sachin Pilot's march, all of that, There were rumors even before that he'll be thrown out of party or, party will tell him that he's doing, he's going against the party, but none of that happened. He's very much relevant, and I think the high command realizes that he has a lot of following. There are lots of MLAs close to him, and also he has a support base. If you see Eastern Rajasthan, if we go back again in 2018, Congress performed very well in Eastern and Western Rajasthan, and Eastern was most of it was Sachin Pilot's his hard work, his people, his loyal MLAs that won from that region. So, I mean, again, to your question, that is he eyeing for PCC post? See, he was the longest serving PCC president for 6.5 years. Like he came to, when Congress was reduced to 21 seats in 2013, and he took charge of Congress party and as a PCC chief, and then he revived it, and it was again everybody's hard work. But I think he was already a PCC, president. He was Congress president in Rajasthan. Of course, he was wanting to be chief minister. That's why I think at some point of time, being a deputy CM, being PCC chief, being a cabinet minister, that wasn't enough for him. Whatever 2020 political crisis unfolded, why it happened, because he wasn't somewhere satisfied with already the posts he was getting in the Congress. So what now? Because see, chief ministership, like our other colleagues, other panelists here, they are saying that it looks very difficult now because, elections are just 5 months away, and changing chief minister, chief ministerial posts won't really help Congress, because after Punjab, they saw, it really doesn't help. So maybe, yes, PCC chief, maybe, if I don't know, like none of us know that what exactly happened in Delhi, what kind of, talks happened, whatever media, when media ask them what he'll be given, what are the posts, what are the new responsibilities, how are they working together, like how, as a MLA, what's he right now? He's a Tonk MLA. So how will a Tonk MLA, work closely with Ashok Gehlot? He's like any other MLA right now. Fine.
Exactly.
So what are the responsibilities? So those responsibilities that he'll be given, they haven't really made clear. But yeah, maybe if he'll be given a PCC post again, but then there will be one more, challenge for the Congress party, because the Govind Singh Dotasra, who's the Jat leader, he's the present Congress president, and BJP in the state, they have already removed they have already changed and removed their president, and he was also from the Jat community, and Jats are already upset, with BJP after they removed, they even held a small protest in Rajasthan. So now will Congress also do the same thing? I mean, will they remove the Govind Singh Dotasra, and, because they cannot ignore Jat community, Jat votes. So
No,
this
but
becomes a challenge so there are rumors that maybe, Govind Singh Dotasra will be made a deputy CM, or he'll be given some other post to, to please the community, so that community doesn't, feel neglected at this point of time. But nothing clear is being, said so far. And I think, again, if he's given a party post or any top post, working closely in election, that high command will have to decide. I think chief minister will not be in a position to, describe his role or responsibility. That should come from Delhi only.
right. But Anil, I have a very important question, for you, that supposing if at all Sachin Pilot launches his own outfit, now how many MLAs will go with him? Because last time when this revolt at Manesar happened, we didn't see more than 20 MLAs with him. Now, if he quits Congress and floats his own party, how many MLAs are you picking up from your sources that are ready to leave and support Sachin Pilot?
You have already answered it, Neeluji. You have said 20 went to Manesar. And today, if he forms his own party, I'm sure he'll not get more than 5. I'm sure he'll not, because people want, all his supporters. If you talk to them individually, you'll come across one thing: "Saab ko kahiye na Congress nahi chhode." So the pressure of these supporters is a big problem for Pilot now, because you rightly said he went to a stage where to a point of no return. Basically by launching this Padyatra, and after the Padyatra rally and demanding 3 things, it is becoming difficult for him to be in the party, but he has to be in the party because of his supporters. I'd like to add one thing more. I was talking to a very senior BJP leader in Rajasthan, very senior. This guy told me, if you look at it, if he forms a party tomorrow, he's not going to hit Congress. It is going to hit us very badly. Because what has happened is, if you look at it, Gujars are traditionally voters of BJP. They vote for BJP, except for 2018, when Pilot was party chief in Rajasthan, except for that year. Now, if he forms his own party, that means BJP is going to suffer on at least 45 seats, according to this guy. So BJP is more interested that he remains in the party in Congress than to float his own party. And this is, quite typical. And we are not talking about Rajasthan alone. We are also talking about Madhya Pradesh. That is why Kamal Nath came into picture. And Kamal Nath was trying to mediate and trying to, come to a formula which was acceptable to both. Because he's a bit worried. If I'm not wrong, in Madhya Pradesh, there should be about 22 to 25 lakh Gujar voters, which is a good number if you look at it.
Oh, yes.
Same thing will happen in UP. In UP has got a population of Gujars. Not much, but about a percent or so. So their worry is, or BJP's worry is, he should not float his own party. More than the Congress, they are worried about it. If he floats a party, he'll cut the votes of BJP. And right now, as I told you, because of social security schemes of Ashok Gehlot, perception is changing. I'll not say that he's winning election. I don't know, because 6 months are very far away. I always quote Harold Wilson in this. Even a week is a long period in politics. We are talking about 6 months. You know, what happens, what will be permutation, combinations, we are not sure. Now I'll come to the point what Tabina was saying about PCC chief. Do you think both of these guys can sit on the same dais and talk on the same lines? I have my serious doubts. I've got my very serious doubts. Will they both campaign together? I have very, very serious doubts, because they cannot.
That's a baffling question, actually. How can Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot work together as CM and PCC chief? That's really $1 million question.
This is what my question is. How can you just, I cannot imagine it. Will you see Sachin Pilot, talking about Ashok Gehlot policies to people and saying that, look at these policies, you should vote for Congress? Can he? Because he was challenging the Ashok Gehlot few days back. How will you canvass? How will you campaign? That's at times, I don't have an answer to that, frankly speaking. But I'll come to the point now. What in Hindi we say is, Rajniti mein jo hota hai, wo dikhta nahi, jo dikhta nahi, wo hota hai. And that is true in this case. What he's going to do, only Pilot knows, Gehlot Sahab knows, or Khadge knows, because I have just got an info coming in to me by sources that Mr. Khadge had spoken to Sachin Pilot on phone. So I don't know what are they doing, what are their plans, but I cannot imagine both of these guys who cannot see each other, even in the meeting, the photographs coming out of that meeting in Delhi, which you call a truce meeting, they did not see each other.
Absolutely.
And you want Sachin Pilot to speak on Ashok Gehlot's governance, good governance. He was a good chief minister. You should vote for him. Can you imagine that? And Sharadji has gone. Sharadji was saying that Ashok Gehlot might not become, if I heard it right, if I'm wrong, please correct me, that next Sachin Pilot will become CM after 2023 elections. How can he? Who is the poster boy in Rajasthan? That is Ashok Gehlot. Whose posters are there? Whose policies are there? On whose policies Congress is going to seek votes? That is Ashok Gehlot. Will Sachin Pilot agree to it? If you make him campaign committee chairman, that's another post we are talking about. How can he handle it? That is my question. Right. But in politics, anything is possible, ma'am. We don't know.
Absolutely. And Tabina, I still remember on the day when this truce meeting, the so-called truce meeting happened on May 29th. After that, Ashok Gehlot made a statement where he said that Congress High Command is strong and they would not offer any position to placate anybody. Now, this was a signal enough to say that he's not going to budge. And we all cannot forget the way, the kind of words which Ashok Gehlot used for Sachin Pilot. He called him a traitor, he called him worthless, he called him a coronavirus. And after all that, those words, are we expecting that these two people will work together in the party with some kind of a workable formula? Yes, Tabina? Tabina's frame is frozen.
Neelu, what...
yeah.
Neelu, yeah. Can you hear me now? Am I audible?
I can.
What Anilji just said, and I really, to some point, I really agree with him. Looks very difficult for people who have been covering Rajasthan from last many years and have seen them, and have followed these sequences, of events that unfolded, especially in last 3-4 years. Looks very. I mean. One cannot really, digest or actually, but, anything can happen in politics. Gehlot also said one thing, he said patience and loyalty just after the truce. Patience and loyalty again, So, he was again kind of hinting towards, Sachin Pilot, because he often says that he was impatient and, politics gives fruits to those who show patience. He has said it before also, and after the truce, he maintained the same statement. So really, this truce for people like us who are talking right now in your show, you also follow the developments. Looks very childish truths, and it's not first time. It's happened for 4-5 times, since 2018. Earlier it was Rahul Gandhi, then KC Venugopal used to come here, and now Kharge again in Delhi, and Rahul Gandhi is there. But what exactly happens in that drawing room? I sometimes really wonder, because they come outside and they take a picture together. But the talks that actually happens, there, none of us are privy to that. They never share, what exactly has happened. Does Sachin Pilot tell them there on their face that I want to become a chief minister? Yes or no? We don't know. Does Gehlot say that, no, I don't want him to be? So what kinds of talks, what kinds of understanding, the leaders develop inside the drawing room, the discussion, the tea discussion that never comes out? So, I mean, it looks very vague at this point of time, but saying that he should work and both of them will work together. But how exactly? Because Gehlot is this
Absolutely.
Rashtrapati campaign, all the, the social policies, he's the face, he's the poster boy. If you go to any city in Rajasthan, even outside Rajasthan, you'll see, the front pages,
That's true.
so he's the
That's
face
true.
kind of.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one last word to Anil Sharma, that given the fact that it doesn't seem likely that the two can work together, both of you have said this. Sachin Pilot very well knows that supposing if he goes to BJP, which is looks out of question because he doesn't have too many options, he doesn't have any future in BJP, there are too many claimants over there. But if he launches his party, what kind of an impact will it have on Ashok Gehlot? And then the most important question, can it impact Rajasthan elections? Can Congress win if Sachin Pilot floats his own party?
Very, 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 you're asking me a very tough question, basically. But I can only say one thing, what I find in Mr. Pilot is only one thing. He is surrounded by people who are politically immature. And he takes his advice from them, and which has proven wrong. And one thing which haunts him very badly is Manesar. That thing is very difficult for him to remove. Because Manesar, why did he go to Manesar? Now people tell me that he was given assurance to become chief minister after 2.5 years. Okay. So why did he go only after 1.5 years then to Manesar? And why Manesar? Why not AICC? Why didn't he go to AICC and sit there with supporting MLAs and complain? Why Manesar? That thing still haunts him. I'm telling you what Tabina ji said, loyalty. Now here is the case of loyalty. Did he prove his loyalty at that time? No, he didn't. Why didn't he go straight away to AICC, sit there on the dharna and say, Mr. Gehlot is not working fine, that is why I've come here? He did not do it. So his loyalty is a big question. It's a big question right now in front of the Congress High Command. But Sachin Pilot is certainly an asset. If they fight together, if they work out a formula and if they fight together, BJP will be forced to bring Vasundhara Raje as their face. Otherwise, Congress, I can tell you, as of today, I'm not telling you about 6 months afterwards. As of today, is a winning position. That's for sure. They'll have to bring Vasundhara as the face. Mark my words, today Vasundhara was sitting in headquarters of BJP in Delhi. It shows that there is something now cooking up in BJP too. And they are worried if both of these guys join hands, then Congress, it becomes easier for Congress. And only Vasundhara can give them a tough, very tough competition.
Absolutely. So, well, the mystery remains whether Sachin Pilot is quitting Congress and launching his own regional outfit. Well, the political pot is still boiling, and Sachin Pilot is really making Rajasthan politics very, very interesting. And the speculations will continue to grow. Thank you so much, Anil Sharma, Tabina Anjum. It was a pleasure having you on the program. And one appeal to the viewers who are watching this discussion, send us your feedback, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned to the Federal. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Nilu.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.